The air hits you first. Thick, heavy, a wet blanket of spice, diesel, and something floral. Jasmine, maybe, or frangipani. It's a scent that clings to your skin, lingering long after you've left the street, a reminder that you've arrived somewhere entirely new. This is Colombo, the gateway to the island once called Serendib, a name that sounds like a happy accident, a word that promises discovery and surprise at every turn. You step out of the airport, and the world rushes in. Horns blare, tuk-tuks weave, the heat seeps into your bones. The city doesn't wait for you to adjust. It sweeps you up in its current, urging you to keep pace. Sri Lanka doesn't whisper, it shouts. Every corner is alive, every moment a burst of color and sound. You come here searching for something, maybe escape, maybe just a different reality, or perhaps you're chasing a story you can't quite name yet. The promise is in the smiles of strangers, in their open curiosity. Where are you from? What brings you here? Their questions are invitations, not interrogations. Unlike guarded cities, Colombo's walls are down. The welcome mat is wide, even if a little frayed. Hospitality here is not a performance. It's a way of life, woven into the city's fabric. The island is a teardrop off India, but it's not India. It has its own pulse, its own rhythm, a heartbeat that's both familiar and utterly unique. Centuries of colonialism, civil war, and tsunamis have shaped it, but not broken it. The scars are visible, but so is the strength that endures. You see resilience everywhere. Ancient temples standing silent, fishing boats at dawn, laughter spilling from roadside cades. Life here is about moving forward, together. This place is alive. It's breathing. The city wakes with the sun, stretching into the day, inviting you to join in. And suddenly, you realize you're not just a tourist. You're a witness, a participant in a story thousands of years old. Every step you take adds a new thread to the tapestry. The sensory overload fades, replaced by a deep curiosity. You start to notice the details, the way light falls on old stone, the rhythm of daily life. You want to taste everything, understand the soul of this island, get lost in the noise and color. Every meal, every conversation is a new adventure. Sri Lanka, with a knowing grin, is more than happy to oblige. It pulls you in, and before you know it, you're part of its story. Serendipity, found in every moment. Let's talk numbers, the ones that get people on a plane. $550 a month. In most places, that's a couple weeks' rent. Here, it's a life. Not luxury, but real. Pay your rent, eat 3 meals, still have cash for a beer. It's freedom, calculated in rupees. Head down the coast. Ahangama, Weligama, Marissa, a room in a guest house. $150 a month, maybe $200 for comfort. Your landlord offers you tea. Your neighbors are local families, surf bums, yoga instructors. The soundtrack, ocean and roosters. Food, you could eat out every meal and stay under budget. Skip the tourist traps, find the local spots, plastic chairs, hand-painted signs. A plate of rice and curry, $1. String hopper kotu, even less. Feast like a king for the price of a sad desk salad back home. Transportation, tuk-tuks are your chariot, a short ride, $1. Or brave the local buses, loud, packed, exhilarating, and just cents. Rent a scooter for $10 a day and the coast is yours. The math works. The $550 question isn't a lie, it's an invitation. How much life can you live when you're not bleeding money every second? Morning in Sri Lanka starts with the sun, not an alarm. The golden light creeps over the palm trees, painting the village in soft, warm hues. It's a gentle awakening, the kind that makes you want to linger in the moment. The air is thick, the heat already rising. Even before breakfast, the humidity wraps around you like a heavy blanket, clinging to your skin and making every breath feel tropical. You move slow. The humidity demands it. Every step is deliberate, unhurried, as if the whole island is in on the secret of taking it easy. Your first thought isn't coffee, it's food. The promise of breakfast is what pulls you from bed, not caffeine. You follow your nose to a small eatery, air filled with coconut and sizzling oil. The sounds of breakfast being made, crackling, frying laughter fill the street. The breakfast of champions, the hopper. It's the heart of the Sri Lankan morning, beloved by locals and visitors alike. A bowl-shaped pancake, crispy at the edges, soft in the center, made from rice flour and coconut milk. The aroma is irresistible, a blend of nutty and sweet. Have it plain or with an egg cooked in the middle. The yolk stays runny, ready to be mixed with the rest. The real stars, the sambals. These vibrant condiments bring the meal to life. Paul sambal, grated coconut, chili, lime. It's bright, fresh, and just the right amount of spicy. Kata sambal, onions and chili, a wake-up call. It's fiery, tangy, and impossible to ignore. You sit on a plastic stool, tear off a crispy edge, dip it in sambal. The flavors are electric, a jolt to your senses. The hopper's sourness, the sambal's punch, the creamy yolk, it's a symphony. Each bite is a perfect balance of texture and taste. You order another, and another. It's impossible to stop at just one. Wash it down with sweet, milky tea. The tea is strong, sugary, and soothing, cutting through the spice and heat. This isn't just breakfast, it's a ritual, a reflection of the island. Simple ingredients, extraordinary results. It's a moment of connection, shared with family or strangers. Eaten with your hands, felt as much as tasted. The act of eating becomes part of the experience, grounding you in the present. For less than $1, you've had a meal more memorable than any fancy brunch back home. It's humble, but unforgettable. This is how you start your day in Sri Lanka, with flavor, with community, and a healthy dose of sweat. It's breakfast, island style, and it's the best way to greet the day. The tuk-tuk is Sri Lanka's lifeblood. More than a taxi, it's a delivery truck, a family car, a mobile boombox. They swarm the streets in a chaotic ballet. Getting in is an act of faith. You tell the driver your destination, agree on a price, and hold on. The driver plunges into traffic, dodging buses, bikes, and dogs with impossible skill. Every tuk-tuk is a rolling work of art. Stickers, flashing lights, shrines on the dashboard. The sound system might be worth more than the vehicle, blasting Baila or 90s techno. Your driver is your guide, your confidant, your first friend in a new town. He knows the best kotu, the best waves, and has opinions on everything. For 10 minutes, you're part of his world, a tiny universe at 30 miles an hour. This isn't a sterile ride. You feel the city, smell the street food, the rain on hot asphalt. A tuk-tuk ride is a lesson in controlled chaos, a wild, swerving dance that somehow makes sense once you're in it. You hear whispers in a bar, over lion beer, about a tradition that flips the script. In some Sri Lankan communities, it's the woman who proposes marriage. It's not a myth. It's rooted in matriarchal history and the dowry system. The bride's family makes an offer, choosing a partner for their daughter, a practical negotiation. I met a young architect in Gal who proposed to her husband. They'd been together for years, she just asked him. For her, it was about equality, about taking control of her story. Her husband smiled. It took the pressure off. This practice reveals a side of Sri Lanka you might miss, a place where ancient traditions and modern ideas live side by side. Here, a woman can respect her culture and still be the master of her destiny. It's a reminder, you don't know a place until you know its people and their stories. The Cade is the heart of the neighborhood, a small, chaotic shop you might walk past. Don't. This is where real life happens. The Mudalali behind the counter knows everyone, keeps the gossip, and is the unofficial mayor. You go in for water, come out an hour later, having chatted with fishermen, schoolboys, and sari-clad grandmothers. The conversation flows, coconuts, power cuts, last night's cricket. I spent an afternoon in a cade near Unawatuna. The owner, Sunil, fed me sweet bananas and told stories of the tsunami and rebuilding. He pointed out neighbors, shared their stories, a living history in small details. These moments stick laughter in a dusty shop, a banana given as a gift, the feeling of being welcomed. The Cade is a microcosm of Sri Lanka, chaotic, warm, built on relationships. To truly travel, you have to stop, listen, and be open to the stories waiting in unassuming places. There are train journeys, and then there's the ride from Kandy to Ella. This isn't just travel, it's the destination. You cram into a third-class carriage, maybe find a window or an open doorway. The train lurches forward, city falls away, and the real journey begins. The landscape transforms jungle to rolling hills, then endless tea country, an electric green sea. The train snakes through mountains, past waterfalls and deep valleys. You hang out the doorway, wind in your hair, waving at tea pickers in colorful saris. Vendors walk the aisles selling spicy fritters and sweet milky tea. You sip, watch the world go by. This is travel at its purest, slow, immersive, a sensory overload. The 7-hour journey feels like a meditation in motion, a reminder that sometimes the journey is the whole point. You can't understand Sri Lanka without its scars. Decades of civil war, the 2004 tsunami. These aren't distant events, they're living memories. Bullet holes, seaside memorials, stories from survivors. But Sri Lanka doesn't wallow, it rebuilds. I met a man in Jaffna who'd lost friends and family. He spoke not with bitterness but determination. That was the past. Now we build the future. The island buzzes with optimism. Young entrepreneurs, artists, a booming tech scene. The younger generation is eager to move forward, proud of their heritage but not defined by its darkest chapters. Sri Lanka acknowledges its wounds, learns from them, and gets on with living. To visit is to witness healing and rebirth, a country looking forward with hope. The trip ends. Your bag is packed, your skin darker, your wallet still full, but your heart feels heavier than you expected. You sit at a beach bar, the salty breeze brushing your face, the sound of laughter and clinking glasses all around. Watching the sun dip into the Indian Ocean, painting the sky in gold and crimson, you realize something important. You're not ready to go. Not yet. A part of you wants to linger, to soak in every last moment. Sri Lanka gets under your skin. It stays with you, weaving itself into your memories and dreams. It's not just the landscapes, it's the people, the food, the tuk-tuk rides, the laughter with strangers who quickly become friends. It's a feeling, a sense of connection to a place that feels both exotic and like home. You came for escape, for adventure, but found belonging. You found something more, a piece of yourself you didn't know was missing, a new perspective on what matters. This island teaches you to slow down, to breathe, to notice the beauty in small, everyday moments, to live with less and experience more, to savor each meal and every conversation. The best meals are simple, bursting with flavor and shared with new friends. The best conversations happen on plastic chairs, under the open sky, where time seems to slow down. A smile crosses any language barrier, connecting you to people in ways words never could. Sri Lanka recalibrates what's important, reminding you to appreciate the present and let go of what you can't control. The noise and stress of home seem far away, replaced by the gentle rhythm of island life. You wonder how you'll ever go back to the way things were before. The truth is, you won't, not completely. Sri Lanka changes you. It leaves a mark, a gentle reminder of what you've experienced. You might leave the island boarding your plane or bus with a heavy heart, but it never really leaves you. The memories linger, vivid and alive, long after you've gone. It becomes part of your story, a place you know you'll return to. This isn't goodbye, it's see you later, a promise to come back. The Teardrop Island has claimed a piece of your heart, and you're happy to let it keep it, knowing you'll always carry Sri Lanka with you, wherever you go.